Folks, it looks to me that California Governor Gavin Newsom is running for president in 2024. California Governor Gavin Newsom was interviewed by Fox LA, and Gavin Newsom comes out swinging and points out exactly what I've been saying about Democrats for a decade now. Gavin Newsom says, we shouldn't be playing defense. We should be playing offense. Democrats must be ferocious. Democrats must be ruthless. This is exactly what I have been saying for over a decade on this program. I am not saying that Gavin Newsom is my preferred politician, that I agree with him on every issue, that he's the epitome of a progressive, but this guy identifies the exact issue, is using the right language, is pointing out exactly what I've been pointing out. He's coming out swinging. Take a look at this from his interview over the weekend.
You have to also recognize what you're up against. And right now, we're up against the ruthlessness of a Republican Party. And I say that not naively. I don't say that even blithely. That's not a cheap shot. You see what's happening to all the progress we've made in the 21st century. All of the rights that we in many ways have taken for granted that have been afforded since the 60s are being rolled back in real time. This is a totally different moment. And we have to wake up with a different mindset. And not just old mindset in terms of just a collaborative mindset, a cup of tea, and everyone's going to work together to get along, figure ways to advance the collective cause. And that's where the party needs to come in. Democrats need the Democratic Party, not the president, not a speaker, not an elected office holder.
Guys, he's pointing out the absurdity of thinking you're going to have a cup of tea with the modern Republican Party and figure things out and hash things out with them. He is exactly correct.
The party, the infrastructure, I think has to organize with more ferocity of focus, more determination to set the agenda, set the course, and put the other party on the defense. They are dominating the narrative. The facts aren't on their side, but they're dominating the narrative. And in this world right now, you dominate the narrative, you win. And that's what I'm worried about, and that's what I'm expressing.
So this is all part of his gubernatorial campaign for re-election, but he is doing a lot of different things that suggest greater ambitions. He is running ads in Florida saying, hey, if you want to come to the place with real freedom, leave Florida, come to California. He's doing interviews in which he is addressing the major issues facing structurally from a PR perspective, from a messaging perspective, facing the Democratic Party. I'm not endorsing Gavin Newsom. He's not even running. He's not the most progressive, but this is a guy who could be president. Now, if he ran, the smear campaign would be brutal, but it would also be pretty toothless. I mean, okay, stuff about his dating history. You know, he was once married to Kimberly Guilfoyle, who is now married to Donald Trump Jr. That's weird. That's you know, it makes me question someone's choices. That's for sure. He had this dinner at the expensive restaurant, the French Laundry, during COVID when you weren't supposed to be doing that. That was wrong. And he's going to get hit with that. But they are potentially going to expose themselves if they have to run against Newsom, because from what's known, at least right now, the criticisms and attacks on him would be brutal, but also quite toothless. And Gavin Newsom is 100% correct here. They have to be playing defense. They're the ones who are out of step with the views of the American people. Why is it that the left is constantly playing defense? They are the ones who are proposing policy that would be disastrous for millions of Americans, whether it's on healthcare, whether it's getting rid of Roe v. Wade, whatever the case is. He's getting it, and he is speaking about it in a way that I'm not really hearing anybody else talk about it right now. So, not endorsing anyone. It's very interesting that he has got this messaging down pat, because this is the right messaging. And by the way, this messaging is much more relevant on the national stage. And when you think, okay, California has large geographic areas that are conservative, but from a population standpoint, California is not conservative. And when he talks about the strategy and tactics that are required against this Republican Party, it's fine to keep it in mind if you're running for governor in California, but really it's relevant nationally. So this is super interesting. We'll have this interview on our Instagram at David Pakman Show. Check it out. Tell me what you think. I'm liking what I'm hearing. I think this is the biggest discount that any sponsor has ever offered on the David Pakman Show. This is Crush Organics. Crush Organics loves the show so much. They're giving my viewers 50% off their entire collection of organic CBD products when you use the code PAKMAN. I'm the only show where you can get this big a discount. That I like. And for each sale, Crush Organics will donate $10 to the Last Prisoner Project. That's a really great nonprofit. It helps to free nonviolent drug offenders and reform drug laws. Very important. And it doesn't stop there. Anyone who uses my code also gets a free jar of CBD gummies or a jar of CBD topical cream. Crush has only the best organic CBD, whether you're looking for oils, creams, or edibles. So that's 50% off and a free jar of gummies or topical cream and $10 towards creating real change in our justice system. Go to crushorganics.us and use the code PACMAN. The link is down below.